So in September of 2016, it was a pretty normal day here at the office. We received a call in our administration of a missing person, something we usually don't do here. On that particular day, Erica called me and said, there's a lady on the phone and her daughter's missing, and I really think you should talk to her. And I asked her why, and she said, there's just something about this call, just pick up the phone. And that's when I met Kathy Hrabik, and Kathy told me that her daughter had been missing. She didn't come back to the house after a night. She said it was unusual. And I asked her, did you call law enforcement? She said she contacted the sheriff's office, and she said the sheriff's office told her because Hannah was 25 years old, there's really nothing they could do.
Now, most of the time in law enforcement, you get a case like that and you think, well, they're 25 years old. They're an adult. They can do what they want, right? But when you hear the concern in a mother's voice, that leads you to believe that maybe something else is going on. That's why we got involved.
In the beginning, Kathy knew some of the names of the people that Hannah was with. She said she met a male recently that, in Kathy's opinion, was not a good kid. She said she just feels that maybe this guy has led Hannah down a road of drugs. And I said, what kind of drugs? And she said, well, marijuana and possibly heroin. And in my career, anytime you use the word heroin, it usually ends into a pretty bad journey.
We had turned to our databases, CLEAR. It's the place that we always go for our information first. Started inputting our information, finding subjects, finding associates, finding out information about Hannah, so that we can build a profile of what her life is like through the information that's available to us. We had developed a subject. His name was Nick. We didn't know much about Nick, just a name and a phone number. Again, turned to CLEAR, input our information, kind of developed a profile about who Nick was. He answered our calls. We talked to him for a little bit, but then he started telling us things that really kind of made those of us that have had law enforcement experience think that maybe he's not telling us the entire truth. Knowing that from our perspective that Nick may have had more information or more involvement with Hannah than he would lead on to, that gave us the ability to focus on kind of an area of where he might be, and ultimately ended up coming up with an area in the neighborhood of 84th and Washington, which is in Thornton.
I pulled into the parking lot and I immediately saw Hannah's vehicle. I approached the vehicle. I could see that there was a deceased person inside, and in the end it was Hannah. There was really no life-saving measures anybody could do.
Law enforcement was called, and law enforcement began their investigation in that. But those people that have a loved one or a family member that disappears and they're not able to find that individual, they never get any closure. They never have that happy ending or even any ending at all.
Through the database and all of our searching, I think we did the best that we could to bring closure to that family. And that's how it is, and everybody's trying to move on.